Hey everyone, I'm Germain Lussier from Slashfilm.com, and I'm here with
Ethan Anderton from FirstShowing.net.
And we just got out of the world premiere of A.C.O.D, co-written and directed by
Stu Zickerman, who directed it, and he co-wrote it with Ben Carlin.
And it's a comedy about, A.C.O.D stands for Adult Children of Divorce, and it stars Adam Scott, who's in pretty much every single scene, as exactly that, well put together guy whose parents...
Well, seemingly well put together guy.
This is just the intro. Is Richard Jenkins and Catherine O'Hara, and he's trying to live through their life like that. And that was a terrible description of what is my favorite movie so far of Sundance. We still have a couple days left, but if a movie beats this, I will be extremely surprised. I thought it was incredibly funny, incredibly smart, incredibly well paced, and subtle in ways that it should have been, and obvious in ways it should have been. Did you feel the same way?
Yeah, it's. I can't definitively say that's my favorite of the festival, but it'll definitely. I'm pretty sure it'll be in my top 5. It was incredibly well written. It's sharp, it's smart, witty, funny. It has an amazing ensemble cast. The cast, as Germain said, is led by Adam Scott. Also includes Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Catherine O'Hara, Richard Jenkins, Clark Duke,
Jessica Alba, Jane Lynch,
yeah,
and
Amy Poehler.
Amy Poehler, yeah, how can you miss that?
And they're all fantastic. Like everyone has an integral role in the group, and they all play off each other so nicely. Especially Catherine O'Hara and Richard Jenkins,
who are the divorced couple of pretty much
and
that we start with.
A hellaciously divorced couple. It's the way it intros is that it's Adam Scott's 9-year-old birthday party, and they're arguing very loudly with lots of swearing, and the cops have to come and break up the fighting.
Yeah, and it sort of has that sort of unpredictability, because you think it feels like a straightforward comedy. It's like, oh, you look at that cast, you say it's going to be about divorce, but it takes a serious topic and really pokes fun at it. I mean, the director was talking about how, he's an adult child of divorce, and that while there's a lot of serious nature, there's also a lot of humor and awkwardness to be found in it. And the movie really minds that. While I think of it, I mean, I was loving this movie, and then, Adam Scott is dating Mary Elizabeth Winstead's character, and then he's introduced to Jessica Alba's character, and I was like, wait, is he really going to have to somewhat choose between two of the most beautiful women in the world? I'm like, this is the best movie ever. It's an impossible choice, and there's just so there's just so much to draw from. I mean, I'm almost out of words to this.
No, it's like we were talking about it on the way back in the theaters. Like we were both so pumped after seeing this movie because it's exactly what you want out of Sundance. Like, you get excited about some movies, and others, you're not necessarily sure. This was one that I was hoping was going to be very good. And thankfully, it delivered and actually exceeded my expectations.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, it's just, within 10 minutes, you realize that this movie, every scene is just clicking, and everybody's working well, and it's moving well, and it's setting up, interesting different story angles, and then there's twists and turns, and it's just, you could tell that Zimmerman, right? Zickerman said that he started this 9.5 years ago originally, so it's a script that's been going over for years, obviously, and it's just...
And it shows.
Airtight.
It's polished.
Yeah, I mean, you bring these actors in who are just really funny comedically, but also can do the dramatic stuff like Jenkins and Scott, Poehler, and it just soars.
Yeah, Adam Scott absolutely proves that he is a leading man after this movie. If he doesn't start getting more movie work, aside from the fact that he has Parks and Recreation keeping him busy, this movie proves that he's got the chops to pull it off.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's so good, and now I'm just babbling. And one of the things I did like about it too was that it doesn't force everything on you.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of things. There's a thing, I don't know if you picked this up, I'm going to be very vague about it, not the end of the movie or anything like that, but there's almost like a Skyfall type thing with the house.
Oh, yeah.
And there's just these things that pop up on the screen, and then you're like, oh, and it's just, he doesn't force feed the story at all times, There's little things here, there's little things there. It's just such a well-rounded, great movie. And, I mean, obviously, it just premiered at Sundance on Wednesday night. And, we don't know what its future is going to be, but there's no way you don't get to see this movie.
I anticipate it has to get sold. I mean, if anything, just because the cast will bring audiences in to see it, but the fact that it's actually a good movie makes it pretty much a guarantee that it'll. I think it probably will get sold before the end of the weekend.
Yeah, a great movie in my mind. Ethan.
Pretty good.
Secrets out. Where can
you can find me at FirstShowing.net. All of my writing is there, and you can also see me on Twitter at Ethan_Anderton.
And I'm Germain Lussier on Twitter and at Slashfilm. Thanks a lot, guys.